Boleh.
Boleh, okay.
Boleh je.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for joining our first ASOMH-Roche webinar series today. The title for the webinar today is Innovations in Roche Chemistry and Immunoassay Systems and Assay. And our invited speaker will be Mr. Wua Ming Sheng, the marketing lead of Roche Diagnostics Malaysia. For your information, this is a part of a three series that will be delivered from Roche Diagnostics Malaysia, and it will be held monthly. So this is the first session. We will have 2 more sessions in next year, January and February. So without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Wua Ming Sheng to share today's webinar entitled Innovations in Roche Chemistry and Immunoassay Systems and Assay. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Can I take over the presentation?
Yes, wait. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You guys can see my screen, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Selamat tengah hari, salam sejahtera. So you can call me Wua. So I'm actually from the Roche Diagnostics Malaysia. Together with me, I have like my team over here as well. So as JSA mentioned just now, this will be part of the 3 webinars that Roche has. So in particular, these sessions will be focusing on the clinical chemistry and also the immunoassay system and the assays. So in the upcoming webinars, we will have more focusing on the molecular section. So for today's agenda, we'll be focusing on the innovations that Roche Diagnostics have in terms of clinical chemistry and also immunoassays. So we'll look at the aspects in terms of innovation, in terms of the system automation, innovation in terms of the assays and also the patient management, innovation in terms of the IT or the digital solutions, and finally, innovation in terms of the service and service support, and how this innovation is able to bring efficiency to your lab. Okay, so if you have any questions throughout the webinar, please, I think since we don't have too much people here, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or you can type it inside the chat as well. Okay. So first, we'll start off with the innovation in terms of system and automation. In particular, I'll be introducing to you our newest clinical chemistry and immunoassay integrated analyzers, the Cobas Pro and also the Cobas Pure solutions. So let me start off with the Cobas Pro solution. So this was launched in Malaysia about 2-3 years ago. This is actually chemistry plus the immunoassay analyzer for the medium to a high workload hospital. And then we also have the Cobas Pure integrated clinical chemistry plus immunoassay analyzer. So this is towards the medium workload analyzer. So this is actually very, very newly launched. So it was approved by MD about 2-3 months ago, and it's already available in the market. So particularly in today's session, I'll be focusing on this Cobas Pure integrated solutions. So before I start into the innovations, I would like to show you a video.
Today, more than ever, the importance of accurate and timely diagnostics is clearly understood. The journey from blood collection to the final test result, however, requires the highest level of dedication, expertise, and diligence of the laboratory staff. To support you in this, Roche has developed innovative integrated solutions renowned for quality and excellence. Cobas Pure Integrated Solutions is the newest member of the Cobas family of systems, designed to deliver excellence, while at the same time simplifying your daily work. Cobas Pure combines clinical chemistry, immunochemistry, and ISC testing on a footprint of just 2 square meters, giving access to our broad menu of more than 230 parameters, including many unique high medical value assays to labs which have to deal with limited space. To simplify daily operation, Cobas Pure comes with new features that minimize the hands-on work for the operators, thus saving precious time. To enable simple and effective work for network organizations, Cobas Pure provides fully standardized results and operation to Cobas Pro Integrated Solutions, the latest analyzer from Roche, designed for larger labs. Because simplifying any step of the journey while ensuring excellent quality can help deliver faster and more accurate diagnostics. Simplicity meets excellence with Cobas Pure Integrated Solutions.
And there you have it. So this is the latest analyzer that we have in the market, the Cobas Pro and also the Cobas Pure Analyzer series. So when it comes to this Cobas Pro and also the Cobas Pure Analyzer series, we have a few key innovations that will help you to operate your lab more efficiently. So first is in terms of the automated maintenance. Secondly is in terms of the Cobas Auto Count. And then third is in terms of the high reagent onboard stability. So I'll go through these innovations one by one. Okay, the first innovations is what we call the automated maintenance. So for a Cobas Pure clinical chemistry plus immunoassays configuration, you only need about 5 minutes of your daily hands-on maintenance. Okay, so the reason why so little maintenance is required is because most of the maintenance is being done in the background. So when we say in the background, it means that when you are running samples, this maintenance can be done in the background without interrupting your sample processing. Okay, so these are some of the examples that the maintenance is being done, that can be done in the background. So things like record management, backup data, photometer check, all those things, they are now being done in the background. So what this means to you is that in a day, right, for a Cobas Pure Analyzer series, you only have about 26 minutes of downtime. And this downtime, 26 minutes, only 5 minutes is required where you required to do the hands-on maintenance. The rest of it is done by the system itself. So in a day, if let's say your lab operates 24 hours, the only time that you're not able to use the analyzer to run any test is this 26 minutes, or I can say half an hour downtime. So other than this half an hour downtime daily, you'll be able to run your samples anytime you want. In terms of the weekly and also bi-weekly maintenance, the maintenance is being cut down by a lot compared to the previous generations of the analyzers. Okay. The second innovation, so this is something really, really new, a really new technology, what we call the Cobas Auto Count or automated calibration. So this is available for the clinical chemistry assays. Okay, so imagine nowadays with your chemistry analyzers today, let's say you receive a new lot of phosphate. Then most of the time you need to do the calibration. So for you to do the calibration, what you need to do is you need to go to the fridge, you need to take out your calibrators, and then most likely the calibrators is like in lyophilized form. You need to reconstitute the calibrators, and then you order the calibrators, load the calibrators, and then analyzer will plot the graph for you. Okay, so with the Cobas Pro and also the Cobas Pure Analyzer series, if today you receive a new lot of phosphate, what you need to do is just to load the reagent onto the analyzer. Then the analyzer itself will be able to register this reagent. From there, when you want to do the calibration, you just go to the calibration screen and then you just press calibrate or just press download. With that, the analyzer is able to automatically plot the calibration curve for you. So instead of you needing to prepare all those calibrator manually and then run the calibration manually, this can be all done by downloading the calibration curve directly from the analyzer itself. Okay, so how this works is because usually when we do a calibration, right, the calibration data consists of two portions. So one is coming from the reagent itself, what we call the lot specific contribution. The second part is coming from the instrument itself. Okay, so when we do a calibration for the auto cal, when we're downloading the data, the instrument specific contribution is usually remain constant unless we change a big part of the analyzer or we do a big ppm. So other than this, what we are downloading is actually the data from the reagent. So combining these two data, the analyzer is able to automatically adjust a calibration curve for you. So with this, right, most of the clinical chemistry, the substrate, the enzyme assays, you'll be able to do automatic calibration without the need for you to do manual calibration. So this will save up to about 56% less calibration, amounting to about 92 hours of hands-on time yearly. Okay, so the questions that people always ask is, does it mean that I don't have to do manual calibration anymore? No. So like I mentioned earlier, so in the case, if let's say you do a big ppm or change of parts, you will still need to do a manual calibration so that the instrument is able to get this part of data. And then secondly, if let's say after you're doing the auto calibration, you see that the QC is out. And then as part of the troubleshooting process, you can also do the manual calibration. So manual calibration data will override this auto calibration data. If for most of the time, this auto calibration you can use for most of the assays. Okay. When it comes to the immunoassays, we still need to do calibration, manual calibration, but the calibration stability has been increased from the conventional 1 month to 3 months. So this means that for immunoassays, your calibrations only need to be done like 4 times per year. So this really minimize the amount of manual effort that you need to do when it comes to calibration. So that is the second innovation. So the third innovation is the high reagent onboard stability. So Roche Cobas Pro and also Cobas Pure Analyzer series, we have the highest reagent onboard stability in the market. So with the chemistry assays, so chemistry reagent actually looks something like this. So it has an onboard stability of up to 6 months. Okay, for immunoassays, the onboard stability is up to 4 months. Okay, so what this means is that because of the high onboard stability and also the higher number of tests per pack, the number of packs that you need is lesser. So this will, in a way, let you have more free reagent positions. The amount of the frequency that you need to load, unload reagents, or subsequently the amount of calibration that you need to do also significantly reduced because of this high reagent onboard stability. So just to let you have an idea of how is the onboard stability for our assays is, so you can see over here, so these are the common assays for clinical chemistry. This is the number of tests per pack. And then this is the onboard stability. So you'll be able to see that a lot of our assays have onboard stability of up to 182 days, which is about 6 months. Even the shortest, like urea, you have about 2 months of onboard stability. Okay, so this in a way also helps you to prevent wastage. Okay, so if you look at this column over here, this actually shows you how many tests that per day that you need to run on average so that you don't have any wastage. So for example, for albumin, right, if you have more than 5 tests per day, then you will not have any wastages at all with albumin. So the amount of tests that is required for no wastage is really minimum when it comes to Roche. And then, as I mentioned earlier, when it comes to the calibration, most of the substrate enzymes, we are able to do auto calibration, while the rest is mainly the by lot calibration. Okay. The same thing goes for the immunoassay analyzer. So number of tests per pack, this is the common assays. Number of tests per pack, you can see the onboard stability almost all, I think all is 112 days. So an onboard stability of 4 months, you need about 3 tests or more to have no wastage at all. And then calibration is by lot, onboard stability of, calibration stability of 3 months. Okay, so what this means to you, less reagent wastage, less time you need to spend on calibration, less time you need to change the reagents. Okay, so just I also show you the reagents. This is how it looks like. So there's no preparation, no mixing, no waiting, no pre-opening. What you need to do is just to remove the wrapper and then load it onto the analyzer. So it's something like this. Yep. So for the Cobas Pro and Cobas Pure analyzer, they also share the same reagent. So it's like interchange between these 2 analyzers. Okay, so that is with regards to the Cobas Pro and also the Cobas Pure analyzer series. Is there any questions before I move on to the next section?
We have one question from Mr. Ahmad Muhammad Hasnul. Can you explain more detail on auto calibration, AutoCal?
Okay. So auto calibration kan, dia macam ni lah. So kalau sekarang kan untuk analyzer, biasanya kalau you ada lot yang baru, you kena buat itu manual calibration kan, betul? With the auto cal, kalau you receive a new lot, you tak payah buat auto calibration. Tak payah buat itu manual calibration. What you need to do is pergi itu instrument, you tekan download. Dia akan automatically buat itu calibration curve for you. So this is what it means with the auto calibration. As to macam mana dia boleh buat macam ni is, tadi I ada explain sikit, sebab dia ada, masa you buat calibration kan, dia ada 2 faktor. Faktor pertama tu dari reagent, faktor kedua dari instrument. Yang dari instrument tu, biasanya dia akan, dia punya faktor tu dia akan constant. Kalau you tak buat macam PPM ataupun tukar parts. Kalau tak, dia akan remain constant most of the time. So apa yang you download tu, yang macam variation tu is from the reagent. So analyzer dia tu smart, dia boleh combine these 2 factors and then dia automatically adjust this calibration curve for you. So this has been already proven. We also have a few studies on this, and they memang proven that this AutoCal actually works. So I'm not sure I answered that questions or not.
Yeah, Mr. Ahmad Hasnul, if you want to unmute yourself, you can. Oh.
Silakan.
I think
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not,
Okay.
then yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Then I move on to the second part, which is
All
innovation in terms of the assays and also in terms of the patient management. Okay. So with Roche solutions, that's why even with the Cobas Pro and also Cobas Pro analyzers, we have up to 223 assays that can be run on that analyzer itself. Okay, so this is we have the broadest assay menu in the market, and this assay menu is ever expanding. So expanding in terms of not just in terms of the new assays available, but also in terms of the claim extension. So as in existing assays, we keep doing studies on it and then additional claims on these assays. So these are some of the new immunoassays that we launch, and then also the assays that we have in the pipeline. So this assay menu is ever expanding, and we also keep coming with more innovative assays as well. Okay, so in particular for today, I would like to focus on maybe 3 assays that I would think the MOH segment will really benefit from this. So first is the SFLIT and PLGF for pre-eclampsia testing. Secondly is the active B12. And then thirdly is the PIFCA. Okay, so you can see, although this assays has been launched a few years back, so in Malaysia, right, I think this assay haven't really picked up compared to the other countries. Okay, so the first one I would like to go through with you is when it comes to the SFLIT and PLGF ratio, which is for pre-eclampsia testings. Okay, so for a pregnant woman, usually one of their worry is that they will have preeclampsia. And then preeclampsia is really a disease that is really hard for the doctors to diagnose or to know. It's because the symptoms is like high blood pressure, and then urea, increase of the urea protein. So this is like quite common even if you are not pregnant. Okay, and it is also very important because this preeclampsia can affect both the condition of the mother and the baby. So with the Roche SFLIT and also the PLGF ratio, we are able to sort of like predict the risk of preeclampsia for the patients. So what it does is actually, based on this ratio, we are able to sort of like rule out whether the patients is having preeclampsia or whether there is any risk for them to develop preeclampsia, or to rule out preeclampsia for the next 1 week. So what this means to the hospital is that the doctors will have better allocation of resources, and then also we are able to avoid unnecessary hospitalization and also the treatments. Okay, so for the patient side, it then can also reduce the patient stress. Okay. So the second assays that I look to introduce is the active B12. So this is active B12, not the total B12 that most of you are running right now. Okay, so when it comes to anemia testing, so there are really mainly 3 types of anemia. So first is IDA, or the iron deficiency anemia. So this is mainly caused by the insufficiency of iron. Secondly is ACD, or what we call the anemia of chronic disease, which is caused by inflammatory condition lasting more than 1 or 2 months. And then third is the megaloblastic anemia, or the deficiency of B12 or folate. Okay. So active B12 is actually a new diagnostic marker for this megaloblastic anemia, or the for you to assess whether the patient has any deficiency in vitamin B12 or not. Okay, so comparing vitamin B12, total vitamin B12, and also the active B12, there is a difference. So according to studies, it's about only 20% of the total B12 is available to the cell. So this is what we call the hollow TC, or the active B12. Okay, and the reason why active B12 is a better biomarkers compared to the total B12 is because active B12 always depletes first before the total B12. Okay, so it identifies low vitamin B12 before total serum B12 level drops. So there are also other advantage. For example, women taking oral contraceptive, or pregnant women, or patients over 65 years. So there are several studies that shows that active B12 is able to produce a better results when it comes to this patient group as well. So yeah, so okay, another study is that the active feature of the hollow TC is the earliest parameter to decrease in the case of vitamin B12 deficiency. So active B12 decrease first before the total B12 decrease. So you'll be able to detect any neurological symptoms before any irreversible damage is caused to the patient. And second test or second assays is PEGAWAI, which is for hepatocellular carcinoma, or the commonly known as the liver cancer. Okay, so right now, if let's say you need to improve the detection of the, you want to detect liver cancer, usually you go for ultrasound plus maybe biomarkers, AFP, for example. So the sensitivity for the early stage is only about 63%. So this is a time where we need an additional marker for us to really detect liver cancer. So one of the markers that's available now is what we call the PEGAWAI. So PEGAWAI is actually elevated in the what I call when HCC is present, or when vitamin K is deficient, or vitamin K antagonist is deficient. Okay, so comparing PEGAWAI with AFP, so you can see that PEGAWAI is actually more specific to liver cancer, whereas AFP is more towards, like we know, is a more generic assays that is also elevated in other cases of cancer as well. So PEGAWAI has also shown that the elevated results correlates with the tumor aggressiveness, as in how the size of the tumor and also the stage of the disease as well. Okay, so according to the studies using different assays or different assay combinations, if you are using the AFP alone, the sensitivity that we have to detect liver cancer is only about 52%. If you're using only PEGAWAI alone, it's about 87%, so which is also quite high. So combination of AFP plus PEGAWAI too, you'll be able to get about 92% of the sensitivity to detect liver cancer. Yep. So this is a new assays that is able to help you to detect liver cancer. Before I move on, is there any questions when it comes to the assays part?
Okay. Any question? No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Then next, I'll move on to the innovation in terms of the IT and also the digital solutions. So in particular, today, I will just introduce to you the patient moving average and also a new inventory solution that we have. So before I go into the average of normal, I will just like to give you average of normal, because this average of normal is available as part of the module in our Roche Cobas Infinity LIS or middleware. So before I go into that, I'll just give you a high-level introduction of what is Cobas Infinity. So Cobas Infinity is Roche LIS, or can also function as middleware. It has modules catering for different departments, and also is able to do connectivity to a large multi-site group. Okay. It has it is designed to help to manage your processes from your ordering up until the result. So it's really like a LIS system or the middleware that you are using right now. Okay. So some of the special things about Cobas Infinity, or innovative thing about Infinity, is that we are able to customize a monitoring screen like this. So this monitoring screen is customizable, and you are able to show the, for example, the turnaround time of the samples. So what is being shown over here is actually the turnaround time of all the samples being run at the moment. So you can see, for example, it actually gives a very clear indication of whether the samples is going to meet turnaround time or exceed turnaround time. So for example here, the green one is the one that is within turnaround time, yellow one is going to exceed turnaround time, and then the red one is the one that is already exceeded the turnaround time. So these are all customizable, and you are able to see all these things at one glance in your lab, and you'll be able to act on the samples that's going to exceed the turnaround time or already exceeded the turnaround time. And also part of the Cobas Infinity solution that we have is the average of normal, or sometimes we call it patient-based real-time quality control. Okay, so essentially, this is to monitor your performance of the analyzer by using the average of your patient results. Okay, so how will this be helpful? So conventionally, I think right now, most of labs will run QC. So QC, you either run twice per day or once per day. So imagine, right, you are a lab that running QC only once per day in the morning, for example, 8 a.m. So every day you run your QC at 8 a.m. and then throughout the rest of the day, you don't run any QC. So this is where the average of normal will help you to monitor the instrument's performance. So by using the average patient data, we are able to see whether there is any drift happening. So if let's say at about 5 p.m., there is a drift that is based on the patient average, then you'll be able to see that there is actually an issue with the instruments or with the reagents. Then you can also be able to do troubleshooting. So this will actually help you to identify any issues earlier before it happens. Okay, so let me just show you a video on this.
It was a beautiful day. The birds were singing and the sun was shining. And Rebecca, the lab manager, was ready for a great day at the lab. But when the team ran their scheduled morning QC, the dark clouds suddenly rolled in and the birds flew the coop. QC for potassium was off. I mean, way off. Which meant that sometime yesterday, the instrument had made a wrong turn and started delivering bad test results. Rebecca and her team now have to halt everything, spend time troubleshooting and fixing the problem, and then rerun QC to make sure the instrument is running correctly. Rebecca begins bracing herself for the corrective action reports that will need to go out, and more phone calls from hospital administrators and doctors who might have given an inaccurate diagnosis that could have had a detrimental impact on patient care. Not to mention how it will affect the reputation of the lab that they have worked so hard to preserve. There's got to be a way to know immediately when analytical performance starts to veer off course without having to stop everything and run QC more frequently. Cobas Infinity Average of Normals can eliminate hours of backtracking by showing you when the analytical failure begins, rather than hours later with traditional QC methods. Because Average of Normals displays analytical performance with each result it produces, Rebecca can see when the threshold and boundaries are exceeded versus waiting for the next QC interval, which could be as much as 24 hours. This allows her to redirect samples to another instrument while her technician resolves the issue, reducing backlog, and gets her back on track faster by identifying exactly which specimens she'll need to rerun. Nightmare avoided, reputation saved, and gold stars awarded. Average of Normals is just another reason why Cobas Infinity is the new choice for labs looking to improve patient safety, workflow, and laboratory processes. Talk to your Roche representative to learn more.
All right, so that is about the Cobas Infinity Average of Normal. So the next one, the next digital solution that I'd like to introduce to you is what we call the Roche Inventory solution. So I would say this is actually, inventory is not something that is really new in the market, but for when it comes to the laboratory or the IVD market, this is something relatively new. So Roche Inventory Solution, or we sometimes call it RIS, is actually an inventory solution that is able to help you to manage the stocks that you have in your lab. So with this system itself, you'll be able to see what is the stocks level that you have in a in your warehouse or in your storeroom, and then you'll be able to for example, if let's say you want to use a product, when you scan it, then it also tells you whether you have any shorter expiry products in the store. So when things come into your lab, you just need to scan, and then everything will be inserted into your system as well, and then you're able to check your system at one glance. Okay, so it can also help you to alert you whenever stock level is low, and you can also use it to generate a report. For example, if you fix certain safety stock level, or if let's say give you an alert at when the stock level fall below a certain threshold, you'll be able to use that list as well to do your ordering, as well as like viewing various product locations. Okay, so I think I'll just show a video to introduce to you the Roche Inventory Solution. Oops.
Roche, we understand that two labs are alike. Your lab is unique, and so are your processes. Our new, easy-to-use inventory and ordering system, Roche Inventory Solutions, fits around your lab and your processes. It's a digital platform that helps you monitor your stock usage, automatically reorder, and electronically record your deliveries into the system, saving you time to spend on other valuable tasks. Concerned about running out of product? Roche Inventory Solutions gives you a real-time overview of the stock in your lab, so you're always in control. Need tighter control over your inventory? We offer the ability to automate your ordering, ensuring you have only the stock you need when you need it. This helps to cut down on costs, expiring stock, and waste. Losing time performing manual stock counts? With powerful reporting functions and automated ordering interface, Roche Inventory Solutions means you can address lab inefficiencies and maximize your productivity without performing manual steps. All of this is brought together through a simple, intuitive interface that helps you every step of the way, providing a full overview from a single source.
Okay. I see that there's a message over there, but give me a few more moments. I go through with the last part first before we run into the Q&A. Okay, so the last part, when it comes to Roche, we also have innovation in terms of the service support. So we have a team that is a consulting team that's able to consult you and also personalize the solutions according to your needs. Okay, so this consultant team, coupled with our comprehensive solutions covering molecular, clinical chemistry, core lab, immunoassays, automation, tissue as well, then is able to including also the point of care, we are able to provide you a very comprehensive solutions and also a tailor-made solution as well. Okay, so when it comes to the customer support, in addition to the conventional like face-to-face troubleshooting, PPM, all those things, we are also moving our service to digital. Okay, so there are a few things when it comes to digitalizing our service. So there are a few modules over here. So online support, you'll be able to log in case to us via online. Remote support is not something new, but it's more common nowadays that we are able to remotely troubleshoot any analyzers issues. And then perhaps something new is what we call the proactive maintenance. So this is where we are able to gather the data from your instruments and then monitor it at the background, there is an algorithm that is able to detect whether this instrument is in a good condition or in a bad condition. So if let's say if it's in a bad condition, then it actually prompt us to go and do a proactive maintenance before the analyzer has any issue. Okay, then finally, digital updates is to update all your package insert MSDS or your value sheets automatically. Okay.
Keep your lab instruments performing at their optimum every day with Roche Remote Caregiver. Our product suite of remote digital support empowers you with instant support 24/7. Roche service representatives monitor your instrument's health and prevent instrument failure before they occur with the support of proactive maintenance. Through advanced algorithms and expert rules, Roche service representatives proactively protect instrument performance in daily operations and reduce instrument unexpected downtime by avoiding emergency service visits. In case of an unexpected incident, you can request immediate support with the online support remote services by simply accessing it through our Roche Dialogue portal. Just scan the instrument QR code with your phone or tablet and attach images if desired. The system will log your issue and keep a record in the digital logbook. Troubleshooting guidelines and self-help with previously solved cases is available to you for the issue you're facing, or escalate it to Roche for instant support by a specialist. Keep track of your case with live status updates and get an end-to-end history of the issue once resolved. Roche Remote Solutions guarantees business continuity and maintains lab throughput. It helps with faster issue resolution, reducing unexpected downtimes and disruption to daily operation by conveniently connecting you to a Roche service representative. It enables lab managers to focus more on meeting the laboratory demands and less on operational needs related to instrument failures. With remote support service, Roche service representative gets back to you and solves your request by phone with user-authorized remote support screen sharing and instrument health insights. The resolution is contactless and 20 times faster than field resolution, averaging just 17 minutes. If the issue cannot be resolved remotely, we dispatch a Roche service representative with knowledge of the root cause and the right spare parts on hand to have your instrument up and running as soon as possible. Digital update service keeps the software of your instruments updated and compliant without interrupting your day. Assay parameters are updated overnight without manual intervention or the laborious paperwork. Rest assured, our proactive and remote services harnesses instrument data only on demand and in a highly secure ecosystem that's built ground up for data privacy. Protecting customer data is a top priority. With Roche Remote Solutions, our customers enjoy complete confidence knowing our products are ISO certified and compliant to FDA guidelines, even with medical devices quality system regulations such as EN ISO 13485. This demonstrates Roche's commitment to the entire lifecycle of cybersecurity, from secure development to secure operations. With stress-free support in your day-to-day operations and more reliable instruments in your lab, you're fully geared to boost your existing setup in these challenging times. Roche Remote Caregiver. Minimize unexpected downtime. Make the most of your time.
Okay, sorry for the video like boomerang sikit. Okay, so that is it when it comes to the innovations that Roche will have in terms of the automation system, the Assays, IT digital solution, also the service support. So that is all for my presentation today. I think I'll just move on to the questions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wua. We have two questions here in the chat box from Mr. Ahmad Muhammad Hasnul. Does Cobas Infinity cover all pathology modules such as hemato, micro, zero, histo, and POCT?
Okay, so when it comes to the Cobas Infinity, right, it covers most of the, let me just show you over here. Yeah. Most of the department. Yeah, so molecular, microbe, urine, automation, correct, point of care, hemato, pre and post analytics, third party, and also serum work area. Yep.
Okay, so another question also almost the same. POCT trop ada.
Okay. Other. So for when it comes to POCT, right? So this one is Cobas Infinity Lab is mainly focusing towards the lab. Okay, then we also have another Infinity which is more targeted towards the point of care testing. Okay, I think this should be the slides lah. Okay, so imagine if you have like a point of care testing inside your hospitals, then you have most likely various meters or instruments at the ward, sometimes at the ED as well. And then you want all of this to be connected. Then you have something called the point of care IT solution as well to connect all these meters. So this will include, for example, our cardiac meters and also quiet meters. So cardiac, for example, H232 point of care troponin T. Yes, definitely we have something for the point of care meters.
Okay, next question is how about histopathology for histo?
Histo is for is this questions regarding for the
For Cobas Infinity, I guess for Cobas Infinity, yeah.
Yeah, for Cobas Infinity, no, we don't have a histo module at the moment.
Okay. And last question, can you share your contact slide again, your email? Because
Yes,
Wan
definitely.
Maizatul Ramli wanted to invite you for kajian pasaran POCT trop.
Yes, so if you have any questions or is there any products that you want to know more as well, you can contact me either through my email or WhatsApp me or want to call me as well. Also, this is my number and also my email address.
Okay, so to all participants today, you can get Mr. Wua email and phone number from the screen share. Okay, you can contact Mr. Wua for further information. Another question, can Infinity create sub-cloud for IQC task for monitoring more than one site?
Sub-cloud. Okay, so if you say more than one site, then I would say that it will be something like a multi-site connectivity already. Okay, so for Infinity, right, we are able to do something like multi-site connectivity, as in a few of the different hospitals, if they are sharing the same network, then we are able to like get them to use all the functions among themselves. So this will include like order processing and ordering tests and then result viewing, all those things. So all of these hospitals within that network itself will be able to see the results of each other. So this will also include, of course, the QC as well. So imagine if you have multiple labs connected, and then all your QC results will be uploaded to the same server, and then that Infinity itself is able to view the QC results for all of these sites. But if for comparison, I think for maximum, we can only show up to 3 like LJ graph at one time. But in terms of the data-wise, it will collect all the data from all the instruments inside, connected to the lab, to the network. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any more questions to our speaker, our invited speaker today? Okay. Okay, I think that's all, Mr. Wua. Thank you for your time sharing, I think, a good introduction about Roche integrated solution from sample handling until the customer support. So to all participants today, don't forget, today's webinar is a part of a three series of ASOMH-Roche webinar series. The next webinar will be announced through our ASOM WhatsApp group and Telegram group. So Mr. Wua Ming Sheng, again on behalf of ASOM, Satuan Pegawai Sains Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, we would like to thank you very much for your time And I'm sharing the attendance list. Sorry, the attendance form. I have also shared the link for today's attendance form. Please fill in the attendance form so that we can send you e-certificate for today's webinar. So I think that's all from me. Thank you again, Mr. Wua, and to Roche Diagnostics Malaysia. We shall meet again in the next session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.